How's it going today? Everybody hear me? Everybody hear me? All right. Hey, Bill. Well, it looks like things are heating up as we have, seem to have driven it to be so over in Ukraine. I just can't get enough coffee today. Thanks, Glenn. Hey, Oki. Hey, Glenn. Everybody, appreciate you showing up. Hopefully, everybody had a good evening. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day here in North Texas. Hopefully, it is where you're at as well. But it seems to be pretty much nonstop news on Ukraine. Hey, Prep, good to see you. Up here. All right, Glenn, cool. Good. Well, I was able to get a few things done already today, which is great. Got some things stored away. Sure is, William. Sure is. And we got apparently a big for cold front or freeze warning coming on, I think Wednesday for my area. Let's see. Doesn't look like anything too amazing. Go from 67 on Tuesday for a high to 34 for a high on Wednesday with showers. Then Wednesday into Thursday, low of 28, high of 42 on Thursday, ice to rain, and then low of 20 on Thursday night. So that's pretty chilly at night for us. We don't usually, it's typically not safe to plant anything in North Texas till after Easter. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. You too, Jeff. Yeah, that's that front blowing through, I think, Oki. Haven't got here yet. But yeah, we typically don't plant anything until like flowers or fruit trees or anything like that until after Easter, because you can always get a late freeze, and it typically happens almost every year. People plant their stuff too early, getting hoodwinked by Mother Nature, and it gets frozen and gets freezer burned and dies. So typically after Easter is when we plant here, unless you have a greenhouse, of course. Hey, ETP, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's pretty much nonstop on Ukraine now. 200,000 troops, I'm hearing. I mean, that's like a half of his military force, something like that, almost half. So, it sounds like we've been successful in possibly driving the man to pull the trigger, so to speak, which is a sad thing to see. Bunch of buffoons and amateurs, willing to take the risk with American lives and allied lives, apparently. But it is what it is, and we can only do what we can do and control what we can control, which is how we live, how we prep, and all that jazz. And for me, it really never stops. Okay, ETP, man. Thanks for stopping by and trying anyway. Yeah, check it out later, man. Always good to see you. I'll check out East Tennessee Preparedness if you don't already subscribe to him. He's got a good channel. So does Jeff Bear, Bear Truth 101, and so many others in here have good channels. Yeah, they really care about us. Yeah, they really care about the troops, you know. They really care about them. Excuse me 1 second. But I'm just sick and tired of the lip service. I'm sick and tired. Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. I'm ready, to a point, but if I got to make a move, I can make a move. And, I'm really not too worried about it, quite honestly. Really not worried about it in the least. And, we have to have a tear down and rebuild of this whole thing that we once, you know, thought that we actually had. It's going to be up to us to right the ship. But I picked up this weekend. Not that I really need it, but I just went out and grabbed some more rice and beans. Now, I grab the small bags. I usually get the 1 pound bags of rice just because. Hey, Danny, I tend to get the small bags of rice and beans just for portability and bartering. You know, um, if you want a pound of rice, here's the bag. It's unopened. What you got? It's to me, it's a cleaner way to do it, and you're giving something to somebody that's not opened, so to speak. That's how I do it. But other people buy bulk, and that's cool too. They have different ways of storing it, breaking it down, and all that. But I typically just buy the small bags because I like the to be able to divvy it up quite easily, and it's already measured out and all that. Hey, Teresa. I was Teresa. I didn't retire. I spent 4 years in field artillery, and I was in FDC, and your husband will know what that is. And I spent my last did a reenlistment after the wall came down. My unit deactivated. We were a nuclear 8-inch unit, self-propelled, and after the wall came down, all the land-based nukes had to get out of Europe, and so my unit deactivated, and I reenlisted and went to CID. Oh, sorry, wrong one. He won't like that probably, but most don't. But most don't understand what CID really does. Okay, cool, Teresa. 13 Echo. Um, but I went CID in my last 4 years, and then pretty much got out after that. And there was some circumstances, nothing bad on me. It just some. I was working undercover drug role at the time, and basically my cover got blown on a big deal, and I was pretty much out of the army in 2 weeks. But it's been a while. I got out in '97, so my artillery days were over in '93, and went to CID school, reenlisted, went to CID school, and then did my 4 year CID and got out. But yeah, that's true, Glenn. Those that say they want a war have never been through one, first of all. And it's a nasty thing, and it's not going to be like at the gun range where you're on a bench or all that. Hey, you bet, Glenn. Thank you. Okay, Teresa. Yeah, I was 13 Echo, and I was just in the FDC. I did a couple different other roles. I worked in the intel section for a little bit, S2 and all that. Hey, Annie, good to see you. And you know, you don't have to have military service to serve this country. There's a lot of capacities you can serve this country. Teachers, um, we all have to pull the wagon in the same direction at some level. There's a lot of service that's provided to this nation other than military, medical, law enforcement, fire. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Good for you, Amanda. Let's stock it up, stack it deep. But yeah, there's many ways to serve this nation. It doesn't have to be military. We appreciate your acknowledgement, of course, but there's a lot of people that serve this country in many ways. So we're all appreciative of, pulling the wagon the same way. That's what it's going to take. Yeah, it's pretty much full nonstop Ukraine coverage right now as far as the news goes. Been watching it for an hour, and it's reporter after reporter. They're bouncing around all over the place. It's nighttime over there right now. But hey, Zombie, good to see you. Happy Sunday. But yeah, I served in the real army, for 4 years, and then I went to the dark side, CID, which is Criminal Investigation Division. If y'all don't know what that is, it's felony investigation branch of the Army, just like NCIS. Air Force has the same thing called OSI. Navy, NCIS, Air Force OSI, Army CID, and then of course there's DoD investigators as well. There's a lot of law enforcement investigations in the military. And my main specialty was anti-drug, anti-narcotics, suppression, if you will, drug suppression teams. That was my specialty. Didn't want to do it when I got out. Had enough, belly full. Didn't want to be a cop. Safer ways to make a living. Sort of been there, done that. Didn't want to start on the road as a cop and have to give tickets and all that. It's not my idea of law enforcement. Just my personal opinion. I know it's important, to get people off the streets and such. You got to have some type of traffic control. But this just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm more of an investigator. But yeah, it was real interesting. Met some really good people and some really bad people too, but it was good for me. Opened my eyes a lot. But yeah, I picked up yesterday, or sorry, I think Friday I went, actually Friday afternoon, early afternoon before it got haywire. I picked up 6-7 bags of 1 pound bags of rice and some dried beans, same size, and just threw them on the side, threw them to the side, and was also able to do some other stuff, some storage, get some storage completed, and all that as well. And I think this week's going to be pretty interesting, starting probably this evening. And I would just keep my have your alternate comms available, because I think if they they truly do go in and cross the demarcation line, invade another country's, sovereignty, then you're going to see some massive cyber attacks and some interruptions, to say the least. It could be pretty devastating, in my opinion. I think that they're going to uh, have us go dark as much as possible and keep us out of the loop. And that'll include, of course, jamming radio signals and all that jazz. But if I go out like this anyway, everywhere I go, but you need to have, I would typically have all my gear with me, no matter where I'm going. Right now, I have, for over a year now. It includes a long gun in the vehicle, and then my one of my actual go bags. But I keep it on me all the time now. It doesn't matter. It's in the vehicle, and if I take a different vehicle, I just grab the bag and move it over. It's not a big deal. But the vehicles that I drive on the reg, um, already have a bag in it and gear. But I'm a big proponent of backups. So if I just say, oh, I'm gonna run and fill up the truck real quick, it's not something I drive every day, but I have one. What if something happens and I'm out 3-4 miles away? Yeah, Glenn, you ought to get you that little Spot X. That's what I got. I like it. It's pretty cool. It's a, satellite. I think I showed it last night. I've showed it a couple of times. It's like a BlackBerry. And if ever if you have multiple people that have these, they can communicate directly with these to each other. And it goes to a cell phone, or with Bluetooth. You can go through that as a booster to a cell phone. Yeah, I mean, you just have to have the antenna up and down. I mean, it's a little finicky. You have to be clear of obstructions. Maybe you may have to get up on a fence or something, but you can set it up there, and use it. Or it's got an SOS button on it. They're about $250 online, and they were on back order. It's a texting device only. It's not a voice command unit. It's for texting and emailing only. So what I can do is I can use the device itself to text somebody's phone or email them, or I can go directly to another's device of this type, direct satellite down to their device. It's not a cell phone. There is options for cell phones out there. There's, I think it's satellitephone123.com. They have a free sat phone, but you got to pay $100 a month for, I think, 12 or 16 months. So, but that includes the service, and you can talk up to so many minutes or whatever. But that's another option. I didn't want to spend that kind of money, personally. I just wanted something, and I didn't want to rely on. It's all good, bro. It's all good off the wall. I hear you. This is probably going to be it for me for a while too. Quite honestly, I've been kind of kicking around the same notions and sort of taking a gray approach to a lot of things. At least trying to go that way. Nothing personal, of course, to anybody. I love talking to you people, but and I love hearing from you as well. But I think we all maybe need to sort of step back a little bit and limit our usage. And just to sort of center and balance ourselves on what we're supposed to be doing. I think they might, actually, Glenn. They might. Yeah, we know off the wall. I'm down. I agree. I get it. If you watch the news, it's all Ukraine right now. Even satellite devices are going to be potentially knocked out. I mean, I'm not saying this SpotX thing is going to work, in times of trouble, but if you're ever in the woods and you have an emergency, there's an SOS button you can hit on it. And that's, if that's all you can do, if you're injured, you can hit that SOS button somehow with a stick in your mouth, or if you got one good finger, you can hit it, and fly off the wall. You can, call for help, and it'll drop a pin where you're at, and it also has a lot of capabilities. It'll drop, pins as you go every 30 minutes or whatever. I mean, I don't know a lot about, antenna traffic, so to speak. I mean, I know there's digital traffic and secured radios and stuff like that. Yeah, Glenn, exactly. I think anything with antennas, anything with an antenna in times of combat is a target. Anybody that's in the military or has been in the military will tell you that if you're running around with an antenna on your vehicle, you're a fool, because if you're out in the open and you got an antenna flopping around, you're going to get zapped. And that's just how it is. So you need to try to prepare to, rely on things that are small and more concealed than a big antenna whipping around. That's my opinion. I'm thinking of, if cell phones go down, what are my capabilities? So I got a satellite device. Maybe it'll work. I hope it will. And maybe it won't. I'm not an expert on it. You have to do your own research on their website, but we've done several videos on it off the wall. We did a live on the Battlefield series one night about alternate communications, and yeah, check it out, Jeff. It's a SpotX. Like, I show it again to y'all. It's made, I think it's all part of the Globalstar network. It's like a little BlackBerry. Like I said, you can Bluetooth this thing to your phone. You can use your phone and it'll hit this signal and bounce up the satellite and then back down wherever you want to go. Hey, just exploring. Good to see you. And it took about 2 weeks for me to get it. And, there's just a lot of capabilities with this thing. It's about $250, but it's small. I mean, I've got mine put away in a blackout bag. That's why I've got the box here for you guys. But check it out. There's a lot of capabilities with it. There's other ones. Garmin makes one. Oh, it's all good little boots. Garmin makes one that's just a booster, basically. There's no capability of it to type on it. It's just basically a signal booster. So you take your phone, it Bluetooths to the booster, and then it goes up to satellite and back down. But my deal is, if your cell phones are out, I don't know if that's going to work. So I wanted something that's going to. Good to see you, Every Path. Yeah, I've got I usually have my stuff double blackout bagged, Glenn, and a Faraday cage as well. So overprotective, I guess you might say. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying off the wall. Yeah, we're you got to remember, we're all looking to one area, but there's lurking in the other side too, and unfortunately, I think we're going to get distracted and gotten from the rear, if you will. Yeah, we'll be there off the wall. But yeah, if you got a couple extra hours today, I would gather up some stuff and just, maybe just kind of get a little bag going or something, just in case, if you haven't already. I'm all ready to go. I just got to grab it and go. But not necessarily go, but I've got stuff strategically placed all over. So, I'm pretty comfortable about if something goes down, I'm going to be covered in the immediate term, and have to make decisions after that. The problem is, um, you know, if you're going to have to evacuate your residence, that's a really extreme position to be in and an extreme decision to make, in my opinion. You're much better off in your castle, if you will, even if it's a crappy castle like an apartment. And it's all about timing, right? I mean, if you are going to make the grave decision to evacuate your home, I mean, you better be right, because if it's that bad, you're probably not going to come back to anything if you're fortunate enough to come back. You know, I really feel that way. That's true, Glenn. Everybody be sure to check out Off the Wall tonight, 8 p.m. Central. Oh, I'm sure. They're already doing that anyway, right under our nose. Unfortunately, this government has allowed us to become prime for the picking on several fronts. I would, if you don't have any, fried rice, I would suggest you hit the road today and go locate some. Because we are getting played like a son of a bitch right now. We've got people calling shots that are buffoonish and amateurish, and just as dirty as the people that are threatening our way of life. We've got an international problem, but at worst, I think we've got a domestic problem. And I'm not talking about truckers either. I didn't want to turn this into a rant today, but it may end up going to that. But, we keep harping about these false flags and this and that. I mean our government. But whose false flags? Sounds like we're the ones, they'd be creating false flags. Woo, Terlingua, damn, Glenn, you're that far out? Son, I started to get into that. I know a guy that was buying land for $100 an acre out there. Now it's up to like 500 an acre, isn't it? Get buying it 5 acres at a time. You buy 5 acres, and hell, I think he's up to like 25 or 30 acres now. But that's out there now. Terlingua, I mean, you get off the hardball highway, the hard top, you may drive 50 to 80 miles on dirt roads to get where you're going. It's so bad out there, the damn illegals won't even come through. What I hear, I know several people that have land out there. But you better have it with you. If you're going to go out there, you better have it with you or bring it, because you ain't going to get water. You got to bring it. There you go, little boots. But yeah, I've got some. Wow, Glenn, pretty good internet. That's pretty cool. Cool, you get that's good internet out there. I guess you're using a hotspot. What do you use there, if you don't mind me asking? Mm-hmm. Good for you, Glenn. Good for you. Okay, man, that's out there. Yeah, I think Alpine's where everybody goes to get anything. It's out there. But yeah, I thought about getting into that for a while. I got you, Glenn. I see now. Okay. But yeah, it's so damn rugged and desolate out there. The illegals won't even go through there. I agree, Jeff. I think a lot of people agree with you on that. My freezer and fridge are completely full. I can't put another thing in. I could probably barely get a credit card in one of the slots. Um, so I'm just praying that it stays, running, operational. hmm I probably would go the shipping container route, insulated, Glenn, if I were to do that. I've already got some out there at our little ranch in West Texas. I probably would go the insulated and shipping container house. Probably what I would do. 40-footer with solar. Shipping containers are really hard to beat when you got rugged weather. And if you insulate them properly and get them on a nice spot with good fill, where it will be stable and drain good if you get your rain, it's really shipping containers are really, really a smart way to go. But you got to insulate them. Yeah, that's true, Glenn. That's true. I would just, I look at it more from just a rugged durability standpoint, having a steel container around me. I just kind of like it. But there's all kinds of cool options. Hmm. Yeah, it's a big issue for us out there at our place too, Annie. Somebody has a hot spot. I would do, Jeff. I would definitely do above ground. The reason is that shipping containers are not engineered to have inward pressure from the sides. They're engineered to be stacked on top of each other. And so if you're going to bury one underground, you have to really know what you're doing and you have to reinforce the corners of the shipping containers or they will collapse eventually. I would definitely stay above ground with a shipping container unless you really know what you're doing. Because what you'll end up having is a corrosion problem with the water table, and you'll also have a pressure problem. So shipping containers again are made to be stacked on top of each other. They're not made to be buried. So this is my opinion. Do what you want to do, but there are some pitfalls with burying shipping containers. They've got to be reinforced if you do that. And yeah, and you got to, I can weld, but I'm not a welder. I wouldn't weld anything my life depended on. I can tell you that. Um, but you got to put gussets in the corners and reinforce them for sure. But I would just stay above ground with them. Hey, dragonflies. Yeah, there's so many scenarios going on right now that it's set up to be complete chaos. Hey, Valerie. hmm Yeah, they got some really cool ones out here where I'm at, Glenn. They've got there's a big earth moving company that's got two 40-footers stacked on top of each other, and they have this expanded you know fabric cover that goes between them, like an arch. And a lot of highway departments use them for like salt and sand and stuff, storage on the side of the highways. But that was a pretty cool thing to have a double stack 40 footers and then a big arch on top over to the other side. Big ass carport. Even the politics are lazy. I mean, we got a lot of lazy ass Americans here, unfortunately. I mean, when the and people just don't want to work here anymore. If it's not easy, they're not going to do it. Hey, zombie. People aren't going to do it if it's difficult. That's just the way it is. Generally speaking, there's a lot of us that still work hard out here, and but there's a lot of lazy people that just care about their weed, their ravioli, and their Wi-Fi. That's their expectation out of life. Weed. Now, I'm not coming down on people that smoke weed. I'm just saying that there's a lot of younger generation out there that just cares about smoking pot, eating raviolis, and having Wi-Fi. They're content with that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They've been doing that for years since Obama or before even. Hey, little boots. Again, glad y'all are here. Hopefully everybody's back from church, lunch. I sort of wanted to do a middle of the day weekend live. I just haven't don't seem to be gaining a lot of subscribers. I don't know if it's what it is, but I'll keep trying, I guess. It's kind of frustrating sometimes when you only gain 3 or 4 subscribers after a pretty good live, but I don't know. I guess I'm not that exciting. Hey, copycat. So I'm just going to keep after it, and hopefully people start subscribing and interacting with us, and go from there. But I feel like I should be higher than I am as far as subscribers go, but maybe not. I guess it'll happen when it happens. And I guess the Olympics are over, aren't they? Aren't the Olympics officially over now? Mm-hmm. That's right. It's true. And they're just, they're hamstringing the Border Patrol. And, I've said it before many times. I actually did a short on it not too long ago that unless we militarize the border, it's not going to change. We've got to have, I'm not talking about just throwing National Guard on it either. I'm talking about active duty United States military on the border, securing the border. You can let the Border Patrol work the ports of entry and all that jazz, right? Of course. But you get out into the wilderness, the desert, all that borderline area needs to be manned by United States military personnel, active duty. I don't care how you bust it up, but they all need to have skin in the game. The military should be volunteering for this, in my opinion, but they're not because they're woke. The brass is woke, unfortunately. So what's sad about it now, once we get a conservative back in the presidency, that group of brass will have to be purged to right the ship. Hey, Nadia. ECJ. But until we militarize the border, it ain't going to change. Yeah, it's hard. But just because it's hard doesn't mean that we don't do it, I find that in, that my industry that I'm in all the time, we look at buildings and construction defects and things like that. And it's like, yeah, it was hard to do, but they still are supposed to do it. Like sealing a joint or something like that. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard work, but you're still expected to do it just because, even though it's hard, you're expected to, complete that step. Otherwise, it's going to leak like a sieve. But people don't want to do things if it's hard and difficult. They've never had to suffer. They've never had to, dig down and dig deep to, overcome anything for the most part. The cheapest, the least amount of effort and activity required is what people want to do. You got that right, Annie. Yep, here we go again. Yeah, they're evacuating all these Eastern Ukrainian Russians. Man. Yeah, I think they're going to try to keep us busy in one side and hit us from the back end. That's what I think. I'm sure the U.S. government will throw out the red carpet for them. If you want anything done right, you got to do it yourself. Hey, chicken noodle girl. Oh, it's way too late, dragonflies. It's way too late. But hell, we got to do something. I mean, I understand that people want to come here. I get it. I wouldn't disagree with them if I was in their shoes. I would want to do the same thing. But, life isn't fair, and we life isn't fair, and sometimes you get the short end of the stick, and that's just the way life is. It's just because people breathe air and have a pulse doesn't mean they get to come to America. That's what I say. That's what I think. Yeah, but I'm probably going to be doing just so everybody knows, I'm probably going to be doing more shorts for a while. Hey Tim, good to see you. I'm probably going to be doing more shorts for a while, just to sort of kind of lay low, if you will. I think again, there's going to be some various activity with regards to connectivity and interruptions and such, electronics, communications, etc. If you have a need for fuel, you need to probably go out and get it today. If you have a need for propane accessories to borrow from King of the Hill, go get them today. Walmart's open. I know people, hey, Farmer Son, good to see you. I know a lot of people don't like Walmart, but you know what? On a Sunday, if you need multitude of things, it's not a terrible place to go once in a while. I know where the money's going, you do too, but it's all about you getting prepped. Yeah, my idea is that we prep to be independent of the United States government. We don't need them. And I think, it depends on a lot of it is going to depend on where you live. If you're in a conservative state with conservative legislatures, you're going to probably be all right for a while if it really goes full blown. If you're not in a conservative state, in a historically conservative state, with people that are, that use scruples, I would probably try to get to one. But people have been told long enough. People have been told, prep, keep prepping. A lot of people have put a lot of effort and time and money into this, and have developed friendships and mags and all that. And I think that people need to, um, consider that and really think about, if they haven't done anything, why, and that they might want to get on it ASAP, because I think, like a lot of you, I think things are turning, and it's probably going to spin out of control. Well, I can't either. I hate them. I hate Walmart too, Jeff. But if I need some hardware and some coffee, I'm probably going to go to Wally World just because it's easy. I can get in and get out pretty quick, and I know exactly where stuff is. Dog food, etc. But as far if I just need groceries, I'll just typically go to like Kroger's or something. But if I need stuff other than groceries, I typically won't make two stops unless I have to. So if I need multitude of things, I'm probably going to Wally World or Costco maybe. I just stay out of the politically correct stores like Target. I don't like giving them my money if at all possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went up, Chicken Noodle Girl. Those little 2 packs, they have 2 packs of them at my Walmart. They were $7.97 for a while for two little bottles. Um, but be sure while you're there, Chicken Noodle Girl, go into the right in that area where they sell the propane bottles. Look up on the shelf. There's a little valve that you can transfer from a big propane tank to your 1 pounder tank. I've done videos on it in the past. If y'all know what I'm talking about, give a thumbs up. If y'all have seen that transfer valve where you can transfer propane from the grill tank to the small 1 pound tanks. But they're about $10, I think. But it's a little brass valve that you can. Don't throw away your little green bottles because you can refill them with your grill tanks. But it's a little comes in a little plastic package, and it's usually on the shelf right up in the area where those little propane bottles are, by the hoses and all that. Chicken Noodle Girl. Yeah, grab one. I mean, grab two. Yeah, zombie. There you go. Yeah, that's a hard thing to beat. I mean, damn, that's a game changer, really. And also, you can get the additional hose and valve for running your little Mr. Buddies and stuff from directly to a big grill tank as well. But yeah, those little valves are. It's called I think it's just called a transfer valve, is what it is. It gives you directions and everything on how to do it. Chicken Noodle. Save you some trouble. Keep those little green tanks unless they're rusty or dented. Get rid of them. But if they're pretty clean, you can reuse them. Like I said, refill them. We're supposed to get pretty cool here in North Texas. Like I said, Wednesday, Thursday. Hmm. Yep. Grab some extra hoses too for your propane. I mean, damn, I always get two. I always get two because you never know where you're gonna be or what's gonna happen. But if you got a propane tank that's getting pretty low, you can go change it out today. I keep about 5 to 6 propane tanks around, big, 20 pounders. Yeah, yeah, Jeff. We'll get you one of them little valves. I've done videos on it before. I went and got 10 extra gallons of fuel too, and 2 new gas cans Friday as well. Keep my vehicles full, and I got an extra vehicle I keep full. And if nothing else, it's a fuel source. Yeah, that's good, zombie. Yeah, we got a shipment of beef and pork in the other day from Omaha Steaks, and was able to fit those in the freezer just barely. But it's chock full. It's chock full right now. So I'm hoping that we're covered. Power goes out, we lose the grid. It's gonna be tough to get that stuff preserved. But this will be a grilling full. Yeah, I got plenty of other protein sources, but hopefully we stay lit up. So we'll see. I've got other alternatives. Yeah, that's good prepped. I was telling everybody about they have this thing called a gas caddy. I think they range from 15 to 20 or 30 gallons. It's a roll around fuel tank, plastic fuel tank with set of wheels under it, and it's got a little gas pump on it, little plastic pump. It's kind of built cheap, but I guess it would work under the right circumstances. It'd be good to have around. There you go, chicken noodle. Hmm. Yeah, boat tanks are also, that's a good idea prepped. But check out that gas caddy. It's pretty cool. Academy has one. I think their Academy has a 14 or 15 gallon one, mainly for marine use, and it is $150, kind of pricey. Yeah, I can go buy 3 5-gallon fuel tanks, gas cans for $15 a pop. So I'll save $100, get the same amount of fuel. Sort of a big proponent of the portability factor, though. Don't forget the Sta-Bil fuel stabilizer of some sort if you're going to store fuel. During Ice Mageddon last year, I put some fuel that was 3 years old in a vehicle, and it ran just fine. And there's always something to do out there, in the prepping world for us. Always something to do. I'm one of those people that, if there's laundry to be done, I do it. I don't let it pile up. I get it done and get it clean, because I've been in the military. You don't always get the opportunity to do laundry very much, or shower a lot of times. And, I do both quite regularly if I have the ability to, because I've been in places where I wasn't able to. And, that's a pretty big luxury to me, is to stay clean and be able to wash clothes. Hmm. Yeah, he probably has a bulk tank, chicken noodle, big bulk tank on his vehicle. It's good. But yeah, it's going to be a super interesting, I think, evening tonight and into the week coming up. I think that if I were you, I would stay close to home as much as possible. Just make sure you know what you're doing when you're storing fuel, people. Watch the static electricity and all that. Be smart. Yep. I mean, dragonflies, you're right. But, by this time, people, if you don't, I think everybody knows the food groups of the preps. So they just got to get it done. Hey, Simon, good to see you. You know, don't take the risk because, I'm a pretty benevolent person. I like to help people, but there's going to come a time where I'm going to have to say no to people. And you all are going to have to probably do the same thing. But you have to be prepared to say no at some point. I'm not telling you what to do. That's your personal choice. But, I don't, I'm not prepping for the community. I'm prepping for myself and my immediates, and I'm not wealthy, but I do what I can do. And I've done so for years, like many of you. And it's just you try to help people and try to explain to them, but it's up to them whether they want to initiate the effort, to get on board. A lot of people just don't want to do it. They're lazy. They think it'll never change. So they're running the risk. I feel like I'm insured against a lot of things. And I think being that we've never really had a vast amount of suffrage in this nation with regards to conflicts or other than 911, 9/11, I should say, in Pearl Harbor, we haven't done a whole lot of suffering here. But it's probably coming. And I've been saying what I've been saying for weeks now is that we should not be saying anything as a government right now. We should have gone dark. We should have kept our damn mouths shut. And there were people on the news this morning, politicians talking about why are we talking at all? We should have shut up, months ago and not been telegraphing anything and make the enemy wonder what you're doing. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, you have amateurs in charge. They say they're the adults in charge, but I say they're amateurs. Hey, Prepper, good to see you. Good to see you, RP. Well, copycat, that's a tough call. My thing is this: if I'm going to let you into my home that I have prepared for uh, various scenarios and spent time and money and sweat, getting prepared. If I'm going to let you into my home, number one, you're not going to be a security risk. Number two, you're going to have a skill. If you're not skilled, I got nothing for you. I'm not feeding mouths. I'm just coming to your house. No, you're not. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to sleep outside. I'm sorry. Those that took the initiative, and it's not to be mean, it's just a matter of survival and safety, right? I mean, if I'm going to let you into my home and you're going to be part of my, family or mag at that point, you're going to have to have a skill that can be put to use. And I don't care if it's cleaning or, you know, cooking, whatever. You're going to have a skill and you're going to use it. That's right. They better bring some food and liquor with them and water. Free rides. Nobody rides for free. But everybody kicking the can down the road, they're going to get a rude awakening. They're going to get a rude awakening. No free rides. Nobody rides for free. I'm sure y'all agree with that, most of you. I'm not looking to have anybody suffer, but let's be realistic here and practical. You start letting all the world into your inner circle during a crisis, you're not going to have an inner circle unless you can manage it very, very tightly. That's right, Simon. Hit the road, Jack. I'm gonna tell them go home and lock your doors. Don't come here. But I wish I lived in the country. I don't. I mean, sort of semi, but um, oh yes, no doubt, no doubt. RP, it's already taken a hit. That's right, Glenn. Because there are no rules in SHTF and there are no free rides. No free rides. That's the way I say it. And I'll tell everybody this too, whether you're out, if you hit the stores today or, in the future or parking at home, I always recommend everybody back into their parking spot. It's always easier to egress that way. And most accidents happen when you're backing up. Mm-hmm. I hear you, chicken noodle. Yep. I agree, Glenn. People need to learn to back into their parking spots. Number one, it's easier to egress and you can sit in your vehicle and kind of see what's going on, watch, out in front of you. And then, to me, it's just safer. Yep. Railroad 2, RP. You're back in. Always ready to rock and roll. Prepping is insurance, people. We're insured. We are preparing as to be insured for future issues. Right, Glenn. People, if you're going around unarmed right now, you're out of your damn mind. I'll be honest with you. I got lead slingers hidden all over this damn house. I could pretty much be in any room and be ready to go at a moment's notice if I don't have it on me at home. Remember, if things go south, light discipline and noise discipline. People are going to be on the street walking around. Light discipline, noise discipline. Keep the lights off. Keep an eye out your windows. Know what's going on. These snowflakes are suffering now. They ain't seen nothing yet. I think we have genuine enemies that want to see this country really suffer. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And people, if you're going to run a generator, you need to find a quiet box to put around it, or somehow a way to control the noise, because that is a hey Jerry, that is a total, you know, red alert, telling people, oh, they got stuff over there. So number one, you better have it locked up, and number two, you better have a guard on it, 24/7. I don't care if you live in the country or downtown. You better have a guard on it. Matter of fact, you're going to have, somebody on duty all the time, eyes open all the time. Sorry, I'm watching news reports as we do this. Mm. What do they have the giggle queen over there for? I don't know. I mean, that tells you the amateurism that we're playing with here. And it's a dangerous game. When they send the giggle queen over there to Munich to the security conference, all this woman is a trial lawyer that's had her heels up her whole life. She could talk a good game sometimes. People aren't scared of us anymore. Hey, Barb. Sorry if I missed some of y'all coming in here. Barb. We have the giggle queen is a damn danger menace to society. These woke amateurs are going to do nothing but get us killed. We're the ones pushing. Seems to me we're the ones pushing Vlad to do something, daring him, whether he really wants to or not. Yeah, heels up Harris needs to go. For those of you that have valuables, in a safe or whatever, um, make sure you get yourself, like a quick reaction bag, if you will, or maybe some kind of box that you can just sort of load up all your valuables real quick if you have to jet, into something durable, that can keep water out, like a dry bag or something like that. Um, be sure that you can open your strong boxes or whatever and throw your stuff in, uh, that particular dry bag or strong box or whatever you call it. See you, chicken noodle. Y'all, hey, find that propane valve and it'll be even more prepped for those little 1 pound bottles. But yeah, I'm probably going to go to more of the shorts here, this week and sort of communicate that way. And I'm going to go ahead and put my email here if any of you guys or gals want to email me. Um, any of you guys and gals want to email me, please write that email down. Yep, I agree, Simon. If they're going to have to go to combat operations, they're going to make sure they have a really good buffer this time. They're going to make sure they have a really good buffer between NATO and their border. That particular one, I think, is a Holosun. It's a shake awake technology. So, in other words, it will go off when it's dormant. For more than 5 minutes, it'll turn itself off, and then all I have to do is move it, and it'll come back on. So you don't drain your batteries. So if you guys and gals are interested in emailing me, you see it right there in the chat. I'm getting ready to delete it. So. All right, Glenn, see ya. Well, Pete, if you're still talking about this optic right here, that's a Holosun. Like I said, shake awake technology. And I just have my sights up on it because I can look through the optic and still use my, iron sights if I need to. Exactly, Simon. No, I think you're exactly right. They're all capitalize on this opportunity. They know the window is short, and they're gonna expose the window. They're crawling through it. And then Academy will run specials on those Sig Sauer optics too, RP, and those are pretty good as well. They're just not shake awake. The shake awake technology I just like because if you forget to turn it off, it'll shut off on its own. If you put the weapon up and it's not moving, the optic will stay off if you happen to forget to turn it off. And those batteries, they're a pain in the ass to go through and change. So that's sort of why I like the Holosun shake awake. But as you know, there's all kinds of good optics out there. Academy had that Sig Sauer for like 125, I think, for a few weeks. They usually around holidays they'll put them on sale. Some of them. I'm really nervous about this administration's ability to do anything to protect us. So, you know, I'm not worried, but I'm concerned. Good for you. Good for you, Roman Prepper. Hell yeah. You bet. You bet. But no, I would seriously, number one, I would be cautious about straying too far away from my home base temporarily, at least for the immediate future, because of the instability in the world. If I had to go out, I would make sure that I was strapped and prepped per the vehicle that you're in. I would avoid air travel at all costs. I would avoid public transportation at all costs. If you can stay home, stay close to your castle, if you will, I would recommend that people doing that. These people are dangerous. And I hope that we aren't asleep at the switch. You know, 15, 20 years ago, I would have no problem in feeling way different, I think, than I do today. This thing has been mishandled from the very beginning. Every trap that's been laid, we've stepped in it and gotten caught and looked like fools and continue to do so. Yeah, I've got very low confidence uh, with this government. There you go, Sean. Nice. I always have the backup sight, iron sights, flip ups, because I just want the extra capability. Um, but I've said it before, say it again. I mean, I love my ARs and AKs, but if it really comes down to getting nasty, I'm grabbing that tactical shotgun and it's lights out, closed casket. It's all part of the plan. Supply chain, lack of security, all part of the plan. It's all part of the what I believe is a syndicate of enemies that want to bring America to its knees and finally slay the dragon, if you will. Yeah, vortexes are really good. I see really good reviews on those, and I know several people that have them and they really like them. Again, I'm more of a shotgun guy when it comes to SHTF. But I'll grab what I got to grab. But White House urges Russia to pick the path of diplomacy. Russia told us what they wanted, and we said no, we can't do that. So listen to people when they say go get those preps. Don't put it off. If you're sitting on your butt today with nothing to do and you got $100, go get some rice and beans and whatever stuff else you need. I don't think we're in for a tit for tat thing. I think this is probably going to be one and done, based on our enemy's capabilities. Do it today, RP. Don't wait. That's right. If you got $100 right now, that's all you got. I would go take care of business today. It's nice to have stuff, but remember, you got to be able to defend your stuff. And you got to sleep sometime. There you go. There you go, RP. But yeah, people, all these, red flags and all these news conferences and all this just, thumping and all this jazz, uh, appears that nobody's going to blink. So I think that, yeah, poor Ukraine, I haven't, Denise, not yet. No. ATH2. Hey, Candy. Welcome aboard, y'all. So it looks like things are heating up as usual, as we suspected, and as it's certainly been predicted to. Okay, I'll check it out, Denise. Um, if you need to pre-cook some stuff, you might want to consider doing that. If you want to, what I call jug some more water, you might think about doing that right now, instead of waiting. You've got empty canisters, fill them full of water right now. You know, you may not get an opportunity. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be cyber initially anyway. I think it's going to be a devastating cyber attack. I think cyber is the likely scenario, and I think it's going to have to be big to be effective. Yep. If they can control the grid, the water, and the refineries, we're dead in the water, y'all. That's right, RP. All right. But I'm kind of like some other people, like off the wall, and others. I'm going to sort of peel back a little bit too, and stop probably broadcasting so much, just because I want to lay low a little bit and sort of recenter myself. And I'll probably do some shorts here and there, just so people can, just let people know I'm alive. And I posted my email address above in the chat if anybody wants to email me. If you want to reach me, it's probably the best way to reach me. Yeah, don't let them fool you into not using cash either, because no grid. It's all you're going to be able to use is cash, and I would get small bills. And, you know, I don't have the magic number as far as what to carry or what to keep around, but you know, there's opinions up and down the spectrum on that. But I would definitely have some cash available, particularly small bills, because people won't be giving change most likely. Might cost you $20 for a gallon of gas. But please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And welcome to all the new people that have showed up here. You know, you may not be new, but some of these names I'm seeing for the first time, I think. But certainly appreciate y'all showing up and becoming part of this. Hopefully you'll stick around. Yeah, yeah. I'm starting to sort of get in on the back end of the silver thing a little bit as well. I think it's very important that you have that capability. Don't forget your barter items. You know, when people are starving, a cup of rice may get you a lot. Remember, remember light and noise discipline, people. Yep, lead is always good. Yep, I like the lead. Matter of fact, if I was free time in it today, I probably would go grab a little bit more lead. Exactly, Jerry. I like it. But yeah, please email me if you need to get a hold of me. I'll be glad to communicate with you guys and gals. Just let me know who you are in the email, and it may be best to sort of go that route for a little while, you know? You know, there's a lot of people that are going to be giving away, you know, unfortunately, all you can do is defend. Like I said, it's great to have stuff and we got to have, be able to live, but we also have to be able to defend what we have, right? Okay. Yeah, I will RP. But that's why I buy the small bags of rice and beans, you know, so I can have trade bait. I buy extra of that, and I don't buy the big bulk bags. Just that's just not something I've never done. But you know, different strokes for different folks. It's just not something that I do. I buy the small 1 pound bags so I can you know, make moves that way. It's easy to throw that in a backpack and go. You know. But yeah, I mean, a handful of rice for somebody might be huge in times of starvation, of course, you know. And you know, drunks aren't going to quit being drunks just because it's SHTF. You know, they're going to find a way to get high or get drunk. All right, Sean. Yep. Be good, brother. I know rice is pretty simple to make. You know, I would just leave it like it is personally. Sorry, I got some walkers. Don't forget your coffee. You know, I got bulk. Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. Yeah, Lisa, you should be a mod now. But people listen to others that say, if you need something, go get it. And that includes fried rice and the whole jazz, the whole nine. Don't forget the don't forget the lubricants either, for your 2A stuff or your vehicles. Remember, if you can stay close to home, stay close to home. You may not have a choice. You can smoke anything, I guess, if you can roll it up. I mean, can you imagine what a cap full of Everclear is going to go for? Yeah, I'm a firm believer that we have massive cyber attacks in our future. All right, be good, roaming. Same thing, man. Yeah, holler at me. You got my number. That's right, Denise. You got it. They are, Lisa. You got that right. And people don't forget, in our SHTF, if you got a roll up garage door, you should have a manual lock on that thing where you can engage it on the track and lock it where it can't be jimmied up. Be sure that you people go manually lock your garage doors if we have trouble. Get those locks engaged. CRP. If you don't know about that function of your garage door, go look. There should be some manual handles that you can engage in the side track, that go into this hole in the side of the track to lock that door from going up or down. You got to make sure you disengage it if you try to open it with the opener. Mm-hmm. It's true, Denise. It's a good call. And you might want to think about locking gas caps too. Yep, that's good. TH2. Yeah, it's true, Jerry. It's true. And if we really do end up having an SHTF situation here, you know, I'm not telling people to go be daredevils, but from time to time, you need to be able to get up high and, on your roof or whatever, and be able to, scope out what's going on. If you can get up higher to higher ground and kind of, stealthily look and see what's going on around you, will be sort of a big help, I think, to your situation. Be smart about it. Don't get made, but have that capabilities. I hear you, Jerry. But yeah, they're talking about Ukraine 24/7 now, and we might be getting rope-a-doped here, you know. Because I suspect that it'll just go dark, and then we'll be on our own, and it'll be whatever it is, you know. There you go, Jerry. Good to go. That's nice. Yeah, I've got the ability to get up in my attic, and I have some access to some dormers with windows up there. I can look around and see what's up. Remember, if we have a real situation, also that immediately you need to fill up your bathtubs, um, with extra water to the brim. Mm-hmm. It's good, Annie. uh, Savages putting beans in chili. Animals. Yeah, all these people on the news that aren't typically on Sundays are coming in, and typically Sundays are pretty mundane, stuff on the news. But all these VIPs are showing up on the news today on Fox. Not that I really trust them much either, but like I said, people that typically are not on Sundays are popping in. I just hope we're not asleep at the switch, you know? Ugh, jeez, Denise. Ugh. Yeah, we're just hacking on y'all about the beans. Again, in Texas chili, there's no beans. So if you're making Yankee chili, put your beans in. But in Texas, we don't put beans in chili. If you're making Yankee stew, put beans in it. I mean, I don't know, Denise. I mean, hell, they had a cartel boat swing up on the beach in Cancun about a month ago and hose down the beach with some lead. I hope they stay safe too, but I would, I don't know. I don't know if Mexico would be a good choice here or not. But hopefully they make it back safe. I've never had it. I even got Karl Rove talking about Russia. Well, they must know something we don't know. Yeah, I'd put their ass on a plane if it was me, Denise, but Playa del Carmen. That'd be a nice place to be if it goes to hell, I guess. Endless liquor. Yeah. They always know something. You got that right. I don't know. I just don't like um, attitude with the threat of sanctions and all this stuff. Like sanctions are just going to be us putting them on Russia. No, they're going to put sanctions on us too, and probably uh, cripple our infrastructure somehow. They've already proved they can get in here. So plus you've got all these sleeper cells that have in uh, these interlopers that have jumped the border that are sitting here, gathering what they need probably to be a cell here in America to help do damage proxies, proxy wise. But yeah, they have all these heavy hitters on Fox now that typically aren't on here on Sundays. Yeah, go for it, Simon. This is what we get when we have snowflakes that vote. Votes have consequences. Mm. Yeah, well, folks, it ain't looking real good right now. I'll like I said, I'm probably going to pull back a little bit. I'm not sure yet. I may do some more stuff here, in the near future. But I think I'm probably going to end up doing some shorts, for a while and just sort of let people know I'm alive. Again, I posted my email Addy up in the chat. If anybody's interested in reaching out to me, please do. I'm certainly willing to answer any questions or help people out if they need anything to a point. But we have to take the time that we need today and not put it off and get what we need because sounds like we're being drug along with this amateur administration. And they're hell bent on throwing fuel on the fire, it seems like. Yeah, of course. I posted it up in the chat there, Denise. I don't have a lot of chat entries up there, so you'll be able to find it real quick. But dust off your comms, your alternate comms if you got them. So please like, share, and subscribe. And you know, we're praying for everybody. And I will. I'll be back. You know, I'm just gonna probably, like I said, you know, chill out for a bit and get my stuff together. Make sure I don't have any lingering, you know, openings or holes that need to be filled. And um, but yeah, let's all keep in touch. And like I said, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to reply. And you know, we'll just keep doing the things. And best thing we can do to keep each other informed and go from there. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I got some stuff to do and probably hit the fried rice aisle one more time just to see what we got going on. And I wish you guys and gals to go do the same. And you never know. So with that, thanks for showing up and participating. Keep prepping, stack it deep, and remember, long live the Republic. Y'all take care.